Hello Daniel, it's Tuesday. So if you recall last week I started telling everyone the story of our original Dungeons & Dragons adventure that we played during our junior year. Link down below for the video. So this week I'm going to continue telling that story. Again, if there's anything I missed or something you want to add, please tell me, because I would love to know. So last week I ended with us killing a sorcerer in this temple we found, and the world pretty much going to shit. So after everything went to shit, I remember the world went white, and next thing we knew we were floating through the void on this chunk of land. We had no idea where we were, and at some point we started wandering and more land appeared, and we found this cluster of abandoned buildings where most of us found some cool new items. I remember that's where I found my cool sigil box that only I could use. So after continuing our exploration, we ended up finding Ronaldo and learning that 300 years had passed since we kind of broke the world. And after talking to him for a bit, we were swarmed by these tiny blue spider things. I think Clayton called them scrubs. So these scrubs were swarming. We hopped into a minecart and followed this rail to what Clayton called the Vaults of Javel. I remember we spent many sessions in that vault. So many I can't even remember everything that happened. I remember some people went insane. I remember some people died. I remember my character ended up becoming afraid of little girls while in there. I found a creepy music box that I couldn't get rid of no matter how hard I tried. I think Presler and Alex drank from this weird pool of blood and that drove them insane and they started hearing voices. It was a weird place. So after killing the boss that was in the vaults, the entire place started collapsing in on itself and we were frantically trying to escape, and luckily Ronaldo came in with an airship to rescue us. And we ended up traveling on that airship for about a day before it crash landed on a continent that I don't know the name of. I don't know if we ever learned the name of it. But after it crashed, we ended up going to a nearby city in search of medical aid because Ronaldo got hurt pretty badly. And while in the city, we discovered that it was not a nice place. It was very ridden with crime and kind of unhappy. And this session took place at around Christmas time, so Clayton made it Christmas themed, and we ended up bringing the spirit of the holiday to this city. And after bringing the spirit of the holiday to the city, we saw people becoming more joyful, we saw crime decrease, and everyone became happy again. So that was fun. And after that, we traveled across this wasteland to a dwarven city that I can't remember the name of. I'm sure Clayton probably remembers it. It began with an R and ended with a K, I think. It was a dwarven sounding name, too. And while in this city, one of the first things I did was go to a bookstore to see if I could find any information about the sigil that my character had become associated with. So the owner, I believe he was a gnome, told me he was going to search and to come back later. So as part of the main story, the party found a kind of plot. I think it might have been political. I can't remember exactly. It was a while ago. But it involved the mines underneath the city, so we went down into the mines and we got into this huge battle on the support structure that was supporting the mines and pretty much the entire city. And as part of the battle, we ended up breaking the structure, pretty much causing the entire city to collapse in on itself. People were running frantically, trying to get out of the city before it collapses and they die. And while we were doing this, the bookstore owner runs up to me, throws me this giant-ass book that's pretty much as big as my character. Luckily, I was able to catch it. And he dies, so I'm left with this big-ass book as it became known, and that's when things became somewhat more interesting for me. Once safe from the wreckage of the city, I opened up the book and the pages were entirely blank. And I remember I probably asked a question and text appeared in the book that said, "There are 2 bells, 1 up, 1 down, ring them." And I had no idea what that meant, so I was going to go and try and find out, and my original plan was to have my character go off and try to figure this out and the party can go their separate way and then I would come in with a new character. But it turns out that's what Clayton had planned, was for us to all go and do this thing, and my character kind of inadvertently became the chosen one. At this point, I was the only one playing with the original character they started with. And we tried to fix the world for a while, but unfortunately we never did finish the story. I kind of wish we did. I really want to know how it ends. So actually, Clayton, if you watch this, please let me know how that was supposed to end, or how you expected it to end, because I would really love to know. So Daniel, that's the story of our original Dungeons & Dragons adventure. Again, if I missed anything or you want to add anything, please let me know. I'll see you on Friday.